My beloved, I have come to speak to your heart today. I see your struggles, your doubts, and the heavy burdens you carry. I know that life can be overwhelming at times, that the road ahead may seem uncertain, and that fear can creep into your heart. Yet I am here to remind you of an eternal truth. No matter how difficult your journey may become, always keep faith in a better future. I speak from a place of deep love, knowing what is ahead for you. And I assure you that if you hold on to your faith, brighter days are on the horizon. Your trials are not the end of the story. There is more, so much more that awaits you. As I walk this earth, I too faced trials, pain, and rejection. I experienced the weight of human suffering, and yet through it all, I kept my eyes fixed on the Father's plan. And so, I tell you now that no matter what you are going through, the same truth applies to you. There is hope. There is light beyond the darkness. There is a future that you cannot yet see, but I can. Trust in me, for I will guide you through it all. You may wonder, how can I keep faith when everything around me seems to be falling apart? My child, I understand that in moments of great difficulty, when the world seems to be crashing down around you, it can feel almost impossible to hold on to faith. Life is filled with unexpected storms, challenges, losses, and hardships that shake the very foundation of your spirit. It's natural to question how you can continue to trust in a future that appears uncertain, or how you can keep believing in me when your heart is filled with doubt, fear, and pain. Yet I tell you this, faith is not built on what you see, but on trusting in what you cannot see. Faith is built on trusting in the unseen, in knowing that even when you cannot fully understand the circumstances, I am with you. You may not see the full picture, but the Father has a plan for your life, and that plan is good. Faith is the conviction that my presence never leaves you, even in the moments when you feel most abandoned, when you feel lost or uncertain about the road ahead. Faith is not just a feeling. It goes deeper than emotions that change from moment to moment. It is an action, a conscious, deliberate choice you make every day, even when it is hard. Even when your circumstances are screaming that everything is going wrong, that you are sinking, that you are alone, faith is the decision to believe that I am still in control, that I am still working all things for your good. You may not always feel it, but I ask you to choose to believe in my goodness, in my promises, and in the path I have laid before you. Faith is choosing to trust me, even when everything around you says otherwise. Faith does not depend on perfect circumstances. In fact, it grows strongest in the face of trials. When life seems easy, it's simple to say that you trust me. But it's when everything is falling apart that your faith is truly tested and refined. It's in those moments of hardship and uncertainty that you learn to rely on me fully, to let go of your desire for control, and to rest in the knowledge that I am working, even in the chaos. You may not be able to see how things will work out, but faith is trusting that I am already working them out. When life feels like it's spinning out of control, when your circumstances are too overwhelming to handle, I invite you to remember this truth. Faith is not about controlling the situation, but about trusting the one who is in control. You were never meant to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, and you don't have to. I am here to carry that weight for you. Your job is not to understand every detail of the plan, but to trust that I have a plan, even if you can't see it yet. You see, faith is a deep knowing, a certainty that goes beyond logic or evidence. It is a quiet confidence that, even in the midst of chaos, you are not alone. I am with you, guiding you, holding you, walking with you. This kind of faith isn't shaken by circumstances because it's rooted in my unchanging nature. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. Hebrews 13:8. What I promised you still stands, even when the world feels uncertain. Faith is like a seed planted in the soil of your heart. At first it may be small, even fragile, but with time it grows into a deep-rooted tree, unshakable in the fiercest storms. But that growth doesn't happen overnight, nor does it come without trials. Just like a tree's roots grow stronger in adversity, your faith deepens in times of hardship. It is when you hold on to me, even when everything around you tells you to let go, that your faith becomes stronger and more resilient. Faith is a decision, not a passive state of mind. It's something you choose to hold on to, something you practice every day. Every time you wake up and choose to trust in me, you are cultivating that faith. Every time you pray, even when the answers seem far away, you are exercising that faith. Every time you choose peace in the face of chaos, hope in the face of despair, you are actively choosing faith. Remember when Peter walked on the water? He was doing the impossible, walking towards me as long as his eyes were fixed on me. But the moment he looked away, when he focused on the wind and the waves, he began to sink. Yet even in that moment, I was there to lift him back up. You are not expected to have perfect faith all the time, but I ask you to keep your focus on me, especially when the storm seems strongest. Do not fix your eyes on the waves. Fix your eyes on me. The storms will come. There will be moments in your life when it feels like the waves are too high and the winds are too fierce and you'll want to give up. But I am in the boat with you, and I will not let you drown. Even when the storm rages, you can trust that I will bring you through to the other side. The storm is not the end of your story. It's just a chapter. And in this chapter, I am teaching you to rely on me, to trust in my strength when yours fails. I know the future looks uncertain to you, but remember that I already know what lies ahead. The Father's plan for you is not derailed by the storms of life. What may feel like a setback is often part of the bigger picture that you cannot see yet. I see the whole picture. I know the path you are walking, and I know where it leads. And I promise you, it leads to good things. Your future is in my hands, and my hands are steady and sure. When you wonder, how can I hold on to faith? I want you to remember that faith isn't about having all the answers. It's about trusting the one who does. It's about believing that even when the road is hard, you are not walking it alone. I walk with you, and I have walked this road before you. I know the way, and I will guide you. When everything around you is falling apart, choose to trust in me. Faith is not about the absence of storms, but about trusting me even in the middle of them. When you feel like you're sinking, remember that I am with you in the boat, and I will not let you drown. There is always hope, my beloved. Even in your darkest moments, even when the future seems bleak, I am working for your good. Hold on to faith, because faith will carry you through the darkest nights and the stormiest seas. It is the anchor for your soul, and it will keep you grounded, no matter what comes your way. I will not fail you. Keep your eyes on me, and trust in my love, my power, and my promise. When I spoke to my disciples, I often encouraged them to have faith. I knew their hearts, and I understood their fears. Life brought them many challenges, just as it does for you. Do you remember the storm on the Sea of Galilee? It was a powerful storm, the kind that makes even the strongest among you feel helpless. The wind was fierce, howling as it pushed the waves higher and higher. The sea roared with violence, tossing the boat in every direction, and my disciples were overwhelmed with terror. They believed they were going to perish. As they tried to fight the storm with their own strength, their fear grew. They were experienced fishermen, men who had lived on the water their entire lives. And yet, the power of the storm left them trembling, uncertain if they would survive the night. They had seen storms before, but this one felt different. They felt powerless, unable to control what was happening around them. And in their panic, they called out to me, "Teacher, don't you care if we drown?" Mark 4:38. They were afraid, not just of the storm, but of being forgotten, of being left to face the overwhelming waves on their own. They cried out in desperation, not fully understanding that I was with them, that I was always in control, even when the storm was at its worst. But I did not leave them alone in their fear. In the midst of their panic, I stood up and calmed the storm with just a word. With a simple command, "Quiet, be still," Mark 4:39. The wind died down and the waves stopped their assault. The sea became calm, and the once chaotic night turned into peace. I brought immediate relief to their fear, demonstrating my power over the forces of nature. But before I did this, I turned to my disciples and asked them a simple yet profound question. Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith? Mark 4:40. I was teaching them something far deeper than calming a storm on the sea. I was teaching them about faith, faith that is not dependent on the circumstances around you, but faith that holds firm even when the storm rages. I knew that storms would come into their lives, just as they do in yours. The truth is, life will bring you storms, times when you feel shaken, fearful, and unsure of the future. But what I want you to understand is that faith is not about the absence of storms. It's about trusting me, even when the storm is fierce. Faith is not tested in calm waters. It's easy to trust when everything is going well, when your boat is steady and the sea is calm. But true faith is revealed in the midst of the storm. It's in the moments when the waves are crashing, when the wind is roaring, and when your heart is filled with fear that you must choose to trust in me. Faith is not about waiting for the storm to pass, but about believing that I am with you in the storm, guiding you through it and protecting you, even when it feels overwhelming. When I asked my disciples, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" I wasn't rebuking them for being human or for feeling fear. Fear is a natural response to the unknown, to danger, to uncertainty. But I wanted them to understand that their faith in me was meant to be their anchor, stronger than the fear they felt in that moment. I wanted them to see that as long as I am with them, they have no reason to be afraid. The storm was powerful, yes, but I am more powerful still. The forces that seem to threaten you are never greater than my presence with you. This lesson remains true for you today. The storms in your life will come, some of them unexpected, some of them fierce, and some of them long-lasting. You may face challenges that leave you feeling as if you're sinking, as if the waves are too high and the wind too strong. In those moments, you may wonder if I see you, if I hear your cries for help. But I assure you, just as I was with my disciples in the boat, I am with you in every storm. Faith is not the absence of fear, but the choice to trust me despite that fear. It's choosing to believe that I am bigger than the storm, that I am with you, and that I will carry you through it. You may not always see the way out, but faith is knowing that I will guide you, even when the path is unclear. It's the decision to keep trusting me when the world around you feels uncertain, when your heart is heavy, and when you are tempted to give in to doubt. There will be times when you, like my disciples, feel overwhelmed by the storms in your life. You will face challenges that shake you, losses that hurt you, and struggles that test your endurance. In those moments, you may cry out just as they did, "Lord, don't you care if I drown?" And I want you to know that I hear you. I see your pain, your fear, and your doubt. I understand the weight of what you're carrying. But I also want you to know that I am here, just as I was in the boat that night. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. The storm does not mean I have abandoned you. In fact, it is often in the storm that you will experience my presence most powerfully. I am not distant from your pain or your fear. I am right here, with you, in the boat, and I will not let you drown. Just as I calmed the storm on the Sea of Galilee, I have the power to bring peace to the storms in your life. But more than calming the external circumstances, I want to calm your heart. I want to teach you to have faith, even when the storm doesn't immediately subside. Sometimes, the storm will continue for a while, but that doesn't mean I am not working. I want you to learn to trust me even in the midst of the storm, even when the waves are still crashing and the wind is still blowing. Faith is not waiting for everything to be perfect before you believe. It's believing that I am perfect, even when life is not. It's trusting that I am in control, even when everything seems out of control. When the storms of life come, remember that I am in the boat with you. I am your refuge and your strength, a very present help in times of trouble. Psalm 46:1. You are never alone in the storm, and you are never without hope. Keep your eyes on me, for I will guide you through the storm and bring you safely to the other side. Faith is trusting in my presence, even when the storm rages. It's believing that no matter how fierce the winds may blow, I am still sovereign, I am still good, and I am still with you. Do not be afraid. I am here, and I will not fail you. The storm may be powerful, but my love and my protection are more powerful still. Your life will have storms, times when you feel like you are sinking, when you wonder if you can hold on any longer. Storms are an inevitable part of life. They come in many forms: grief, disappointment, loss, loneliness, fear, rejection, and uncertainty. You will face moments when the waves of life crash over you so fiercely that you begin to lose sight of solid ground. In those times, you might feel overwhelmed, as if the storm is too much for you to bear. The weight of your burdens may seem insurmountable, and the darkness of uncertainty may cloud your vision. But I am here to tell you, you can hold on. You may feel as though you're at your breaking point, that the waves of fear and worry are pulling you under. But I am in the boat with you, and I will not let you drown. I see you. I know your heart. I know the struggles that keep you awake at night and the fears that grip your soul. I understand how you feel, but I am here with you in the middle of the storm. You are not alone. I am in the boat with you, guiding you through the chaos, keeping you afloat, even when it feels like everything is crumbling around you. Even when it feels like the world is against you, I am for you. I know there are times when it feels like everything is conspiring against you, when the circumstances of life seem unfair, and when others may doubt you, criticize you, or even abandon you. In those moments of rejection and isolation, remember this: I believe in you. I see your potential, your strength, and the beauty of your spirit. When others cast doubt on your abilities or dismiss your worth, know that I see the truth of who you are, someone beloved and precious in my eyes. Even when others doubt, I believe in you. My love for you is not conditional upon your successes or failures. It does not waver based on the opinions of others. I believe in you not because of what you can do, but because of who you are, a child of God, deeply loved and full of potential. Even when you struggle to believe in yourself, when you feel inadequate or unworthy, I believe in you. I see beyond the surface. I see your heart, your resilience, and your capacity to grow and overcome. I know the strength within you, even when you cannot see it. And even when the future seems bleak, I promise you that there is hope. I know that there will be moments when the road ahead feels uncertain, when the future looks dark, and the light at the end of the tunnel seems far away. But I ask you to trust in me, because I am the light that will guide you through the storm. The challenges you face today are not the end of your story. The storms that seem so overwhelming now will not last forever. There is hope, and there is a future for you, one filled with peace, joy, and purpose. Hope is not something you find only in perfect circumstances. True hope is found in the midst of the storm, when you place your trust in me. Hope is believing that no matter how fierce the storm, I am still in control. It's knowing that I am working all things for your good, even when you cannot see how. Hope is the assurance that I am with you, always, and that I will bring you through the storm to calmer waters. There may be days when the storm feels relentless, when the winds of doubt and fear seem to be pushing you further from the shore. In those moments, I ask you to turn to me. I am your anchor in the storm. When you are tossed by the waves, I am the one who keeps you steady. When the wind howls, threatening to blow you off course, I am the one who holds you close and shelters you from harm. I am the one who whispers peace into your heart, even when everything around you is chaotic. You may not understand why the storm has come. You may question why you are facing such challenges, why the path seems so difficult. But I want you to know that every storm has a purpose. I do not send storms to harm you, but to strengthen you. Just as a tree's roots grow deeper during a storm to hold firm, your faith, too, grows deeper in the midst of trials. It is through the storms that you learn to trust me more fully, to rely on my strength, and to recognize that you are never alone. Storms reveal what is truly important. They strip away the distractions and illusions, leaving only what matters most: your relationship with me, your faith, and your hope. In the storm, you come to understand that the things of this world are temporary, but my love for you is eternal. The storm refines you like gold in a fire, making you stronger, more resilient, and more faithful. And when the storm passes, and it will pass, you will see that I was with you every step of the way. You will look back and realize that the storm did not break you, but made you stronger. You will see that through the storm I was shaping you, molding you, and preparing you for greater things. Your faith will be stronger, your hope will be deeper, and your heart will be filled with a peace that surpasses all understanding. So do not fear the storm, for I am with you. I am not just watching from a distance. I am in the boat with you, enduring the waves with you, holding you steady when you feel like you cannot hold on any longer. I will not let you drown. I am your protector, your guide, and your savior. Even when the storm is at its worst, I am there, working behind the scenes, bringing peace to your soul and hope to your heart. Trust in me, even when the storm rages. Do not be afraid, for I am in control. The storm may be powerful, but I am more powerful still. I will bring you through this, and when you emerge on the other side, you will be stronger, wiser, and more filled with faith than ever before. Hold on to hope, my beloved, for the future I have prepared for you is brighter than you can imagine. There is hope, and I am with you, always. My message to you is simple. Do not lose heart. I know that life can be overwhelming, that there are times when the weight of your burdens feels unbearable, and when you wonder if you have the strength to continue. But I am here to tell you, do not be discouraged. Even in the midst of your trials, I am with you. I know the road ahead seems difficult, but I want you to remember that I've already walked that road, and I have overcome every obstacle that you are facing. I have overcome the world. There will be trials, this I do not deny. Life is full of challenges, setbacks, and moments of pain. You will encounter difficulties that test your faith, moments of sorrow that weigh on your heart, and seasons of uncertainty that shake your confidence. But take heart, my beloved, for I have overcome the world. John 16:33. The very struggles you face today are not greater than my power, and they do not define your future. I have already secured the victory, and that victory is yours to claim. What you are experiencing now is temporary. I know it may feel like the pain will never end, that the storm will never pass, but I assure you this season of hardship is only for a time. The trials you face today will not last forever, for I am with you, and I will bring you through them. Remember that even the darkest night eventually gives way to the dawn. In the same way, the challenges you are facing now will eventually give way to new hope, new strength, and new joy. But my love and my promises are eternal. While the difficulties of life are fleeting, my love for you never changes. It is steadfast, unshakable, and eternal. My promises to you are not bound by the limitations of time or circumstance. They stand true, even in the face of adversity. I promised you that I would never leave you nor forsake you, Hebrews 13:5, and I remain faithful to that promise. You may feel alone in your struggles, but you are never alone, for I am with you always. I know the plans the Father has for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. Your life is not a series of random events. Every step you take, every moment you face, is part of a greater plan that the Father has designed for you. Even when the way forward seems unclear, know that I am guiding you. The Father's plans for you are good. They are not meant to harm you, but to lead you into a future filled with hope, purpose, and joy. You may not see the full picture now, but trust that the Father is weaving together every thread of your life into something beautiful. When you are tired, rest in this truth. I know the journey can be exhausting. There are times when the weight of your burdens drains your strength, when your heart is weary from the struggles you face. But in those moments, I invite you to rest in the truth of my promises. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. You do not have to carry your burdens alone. Let me carry them for you. Let my love be the place where you find rest and renewal. Rest in the assurance that I am with you, and that my plans for you are good. When you are weary, lean on me. I know there are moments when you feel like you've reached the end of your strength, when you don't know how to keep going. In those moments, I ask you to lean on me. I am your strength when you are weak. I am your refuge when you are overwhelmed. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to rely on your own strength to make it through. I will carry you through your darkest moments, and I will never let you fall. When you lean on me, you will find the strength you need to keep moving forward. When you are tempted to give up, remember that I have gone ahead of you to prepare a place for you, not just in the life to come, but even in this world. You may feel like the road ahead is too hard, too uncertain, or too painful to walk. You may be tempted to give up, to let go of hope, to surrender to despair. But I want you to know that I am already ahead of you, preparing the way for you. I know what lies ahead, and I have prepared a place for you, not only in the life to come, but also in this world. There is purpose for you here, in this life. I have gone before you to pave the way for you to walk in that purpose. The future I have prepared for you is filled with hope and promise. Even when the present feels difficult, remember that I am preparing a future for you that is greater than you can imagine. There is joy waiting for you, even on the other side of the storm. There is peace, there is healing, and there is fulfillment. I know the plans the Father has for you, and they are plans to prosper you, to lead you into a life of abundance, not just materially, but spiritually and emotionally. I have gone before you to prepare that future, and I will guide you there, step by step. So do not lose heart, my beloved. The journey may be hard, but you are not walking it alone. I am with you. My love for you is unchanging, and my promises to you are eternal. The trials you face today are temporary, and they do not define your future. I have overcome the world, and because of that, you will overcome too. You will rise above the challenges, and you will find the hope, the peace, and the joy that I have promised you. Trust in me. Rest in my love. Lean on my strength. Know that I have already gone before you, and I have prepared a place for you. Your future is secure in my hands, and there is nothing in this world that can separate you from my love. I am with you, always, and I will see you through every trial, every challenge, and every storm. Do not lose heart, for I have overcome the world. Yes, I know there are moments when the future feels uncertain. You may wake up with a heavy heart, wondering what lies ahead. The unknown can be daunting, and sometimes it feels like the weight of tomorrow is more than you can bear. You may feel anxious about what tomorrow holds, as if each step forward is taken in a fog with no clear direction. The pressures of today, the demands, the responsibilities, the worries, they can overwhelm you, making the future seem uncertain and out of reach. But I want you to know that you do not walk this path alone. I see you, I know the struggles you face, and I walk alongside you every step of the way. Even in the moments when you feel most isolated, when you think that no one understands the burdens you carry, I am with you. I do not just watch from a distance, I am right there, holding your hand, guiding your steps, and surrounding you with my love. You are never alone, not for a single moment. I know your worries. I know the thoughts that fill your mind late at night when the world is quiet, but your heart is restless. I see the things that keep you awake, the questions about your future, your family, your health, your purpose. You worry about your job, your finances, your relationships, whether they will last, whether they are enough. I see all of these concerns, and I care deeply about each one of them. Not a single worry of yours is too small or insignificant for me. If it matters to you, it matters to me. I know the weight of your worries, and I want to remind you that you don't have to carry them alone. More than that, I hold the future in my hands. The future that seems so uncertain to you is already known to me. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Revelation 22:13. I see the full picture, every detail of your life, every step you will take, every challenge you will face. There is nothing in your future that surprises me. I have already seen it, and I have already made a way for you. Even when the road ahead seems unclear to you, trust that I am in control. I have the future in my hands, and I have already worked out a plan for you. My plan for you is good. It is filled with purpose, with hope, and with promise. You may not see the path ahead clearly right now, but I do. Every twist, every turn, every obstacle, it is all part of the journey I am leading you on. Nothing is wasted. Even the seasons of confusion, the moments of doubt, and the times of waiting, they all have a purpose in my plan for you. I am preparing you, shaping you, and guiding you toward the future I have set before you. The uncertainties of today are part of a greater story, one that I have written with love and intention. When the future feels uncertain, trust that I have already gone ahead of you. I am not just with you in the present, I am also in your future, preparing the way for you. I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future, Jeremiah 29:11. My plans for you are filled with hope. They are designed to lead you into a future that is more beautiful, more fulfilling, and more meaningful than you can imagine right now. The uncertainty you feel is not a sign of my absence. It is an invitation to trust in me. I know that it is hard to let go of control, to surrender your worries and fears about the future. You want to know how things will turn out, what decisions to make, and how to navigate the road ahead. But I ask you to release those concerns to me. Trust in my timing, trust in my guidance, and trust in my love for you. You may not see the whole picture now, but I am asking you to walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians chapter 5:7. Faith is trusting in my goodness, even when you don't have all the answers. I have already worked out a plan for you, and it is unfolding in ways you cannot yet see. There are doors I am opening for you, opportunities that are being prepared, and blessings that are on their way. Even when it feels like nothing is happening, I am at work behind the scenes, orchestrating events, aligning people, and setting the stage for the next chapter of your life. My timing is perfect, and everything I do is for your good. Trust that even in the waiting, even in the uncertainty, I am actively working on your behalf. When you are overwhelmed by the pressures of today, come to me. Let me be your refuge, your source of strength, and your comfort. You are not meant to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. I invite you to cast your cares on me because I care for you. 1 Peter 5:7. I am the one who sustains you, who gives you rest, and who renews your spirit. When you feel anxious about tomorrow, take a deep breath and remember that I am in control. I know your needs before you even ask, and I will provide for you in ways that exceed your expectations. Do not fear what tomorrow may bring, for I am already there. I am not only the God of your present, but I am also the God of your future. I go before you, preparing the way, making crooked paths straight, and smoothing out the rough places, Isaiah 45:2. You can trust that wherever you go, I am already there, waiting for you with open arms. The future may feel uncertain to you, but it is known and secure in me. I want you to rest in the assurance that I have already worked out a plan for you. The path may not always be easy, and there may be challenges along the way, but I will never leave you to face them alone. I will be your guide, your protector, and your provider every step of the way. I will give you the strength to endure, the wisdom to make decisions, and the peace that surpasses all understanding. Philippians chapter 4:7. When you feel anxious about what tomorrow holds, remember this. I hold tomorrow. I hold your future, and I have already secured it with my love, my grace, and my purpose. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Deuteronomy 31:6. No matter what challenges may arise, no matter what uncertainties may come, I am your rock, your foundation, and your anchor. You can face tomorrow with confidence, knowing that I am with you, that I have already worked out a plan for your good, and that your future is safe in my hands. So, my beloved, let go of the anxiety that grips your heart. Release the fear of the unknown. Trust in me. I know your worries. I care about each one of them, and I am working all things together for your good. Romans 8:28. You are not walking this path alone. I am with you every step of the way, And as you walk forward into the future, remember that I have already worked it all out for you. You are safe in my hands. Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They do not toil or spin, and yet even Solomon in all his glory was not dressed like one of these. When I spoke these words, I wanted you to understand something profoundly simple yet deeply important. The Father's care for all of his creation, and especially for you, his beloved child. The lilies of the field do not work anxiously to survive. They do not strive or struggle to be beautiful. They simply grow, and in their growth they reflect the beauty and provision of the Father. They are adorned by his hand with splendor and grace. If he cares so tenderly for the lilies, which bloom today and are gone tomorrow, how much more does he care for you? You are far more valuable than the flowers of the field. If the Father takes such great care to clothe the earth with beauty, from the wildflowers that bloom on the hills to the majestic trees that cover the land, will he not provide much more for you? You who are made in his image, who carry within you the breath of life that he breathed into you, do you not believe that he will meet your every need? I want you to understand that the Father's provision for you is not just physical, but spiritual and emotional as well. He knows your needs before you even ask, Matthew 6:8. The Father's care extends far beyond the material things of this world. He provides for the birds of the air, giving them food and shelter, and yet you are worth much more than they are. Matthew chapter 6:26. The birds do not store up or gather for themselves, and yet each day they find all that they need. In the same way, you do not need to carry the burden of worrying about tomorrow. The Father's love for you is so great that he has already provided for your needs before you are even aware of them. He knows every detail of your life, every desire of your heart, and every care that weighs on you. I am asking you to trust in the Father's care. Trusting in him means letting go of the constant worry and anxiety about the future. It means surrendering your desire to control every outcome and resting in the assurance that the Father is in control. Just as the lilies grow without effort, so too can you trust that the Father is working in your life, even when you cannot see it. He is the one who provides for your every need, physical, emotional, and spiritual. You do not need to toil and strive in fear, wondering how you will make it through the challenges you face. The Father, who knows the number of hairs on your head, Luke 12:7, cares deeply for you. He sees your heart, he knows your struggles, and he is already at work meeting your needs. Worry does not add a single hour to your life, Matthew chapter 6:27. It only drains you of the peace and joy that come from trusting in my presence and the Father's love. Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will take care of itself. Worrying about the future is a heavy burden that you were never meant to carry. I know that it's easy to become anxious about what lies ahead, about how you will navigate the challenges of life, about how your needs will be met, about the uncertainties of the future. But I'm asking you to shift your focus away from the unknowns of tomorrow and toward the present moment. Trust that the Father is already in your tomorrow, working everything together for your good. Romans 8:28. Instead of letting worry consume you, focus on trusting me today. Today is the only moment you have. The past is behind you, and the future is not yet here. What matters is the here and now, this present moment where you can choose to trust in me, to rest in my love, and to believe that the Father's provision is enough for you. Just as the lilies of the field do not worry about what they will look like tomorrow, so too can you live freely in the assurance of the Father's care. Trusting in the Father's care means letting go of the need to control everything. It means allowing yourself to be cared for by him, just as the flowers and the birds are. You do not need to carry the weight of tomorrow on your shoulders, for I am already there. The Father's plan for your life is one of abundance, not lack. He is a good Father who delights in providing for his children, and he knows exactly what you need before you even realize it. When you feel overwhelmed by the pressures of life, remember the lilies. Look at how they grow, how effortlessly they reflect the glory of the Father's handiwork. They do not toil, they do not spin, and yet they are clothed with beauty that surpasses even Solomon in all his glory. Solomon, with all his wealth and splendor, could not compare to the simple elegance of a single flower created by the Father's hand. And if he cares so much for the flowers, how much more does he care for you, his beloved child? You are his treasure, his creation, the one he formed with love and purpose. Do not doubt his care for you, even in the moments when life feels uncertain or when your needs seem overwhelming. The Father's provision is perfect. He does not withhold anything good from those who trust in him. Psalm 84:11. Just as the earth is filled with his goodness, so too is your life filled with his care and provision. When you trust in the Father's care, you are freed from the bondage of worry. You are free to live fully in the present, knowing that the one who created you is taking care of you. You are free to rest in his love, to enjoy the beauty of the world around you, and to embrace the peace that comes from knowing that your life is in his hands. So, my beloved, do not worry about tomorrow. Let tomorrow take care of itself. Instead, focus on trusting me today. Trust that the Father, who clothes the lilies of the field and feeds the birds of the air, will provide for you in ways that are beyond your understanding. Trust that he knows your needs and that he will meet them in his perfect timing. Trust that you are not alone and that I am with you every step of the way. You are deeply loved and cared for by the Father. Just as the lilies bloom in the fields without worry, so too can you live in the assurance of the Father's provision. He is your provider, your sustainer, and your protector. Trust in him and let go of the worry that weighs on your heart. The Father's care for you is greater than you can imagine, and he will never fail you. There will be times when the path forward seems unclear. You may find yourself in seasons of life where you're unsure of what to do next, when the direction ahead seems shrouded in uncertainty. In these moments, it's easy to feel anxious, confused, and afraid. You may look at the road ahead and feel overwhelmed by the unknown. You may wonder how to proceed, which decision to make, or whether you're on the right path at all. But in those times, remember this: faith is walking by trust, not by sight. 2 Corinthians chapter 5:7. Faith is not about having all the answers or knowing every detail of the journey ahead. It's about trusting in me, even when you can't see the whole picture. I am the light of the world, John 8:12, and I will illuminate your steps. When the way seems dark and the future feels uncertain, trust that I am with you, lighting the way, even when you can only see a little bit ahead. Just as a lamp lights the path at your feet, I will provide enough light for you to take the next step. You may not see the entire road ahead, but you don't need to. I see it, and that is enough. Trust that I will guide you one step at a time. You don't have to know the whole plan. You only need to trust that I'm leading you. Faith is not about seeing the destination clearly from the start. It's about walking with me step by step, even when the way is unclear. Sometimes I don't reveal the entire path to you because I want you to learn to rely on me. If you could see every detail of the future, you might be tempted to rely on your own strength or understanding. But faith requires you to let go of control, to surrender your need to know everything, and to trust in my guidance. Faith is not a guarantee that you will always know where the road is leading. It's the assurance that I am leading you. There will be moments when you will feel uncertain about the next step to take. The path may be full of twists and turns, and the future may seem hazy. But I want you to remember that I am already in your future, and I am guiding you towards it. My perspective is higher than yours. I see the full picture, while you may only see a small part of it. But that small part is enough for now. Trust that I am leading you toward a future filled with hope, purpose, and peace, even if the steps you are taking now don't immediately make sense to you. Sometimes, faith is simply taking that next step, even when you do not know where it will lead. Faith is not always about taking great leaps or making huge strides forward. Sometimes, it's about faithfully taking small steps, even when you're unsure of the outcome. It's about moving forward in trust, even when the way is unclear. It's about placing one foot in front of the other, trusting that I will guide you with each step you take. Think of how I guided the Israelites in the wilderness. I didn't show them the entire promised land at once. I led them day by day with a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. Exodus 13:21-22. I gave them just enough guidance for each day so they could learn to rely on me, to trust my provision, and to have faith in my timing. In the same way, I am guiding you. You may not know the full destination, but I am lighting your way, and I will give you enough direction for today. I will provide what you need for this step, and I will continue to guide you as you move forward. Faith is trusting that I am leading you, even when the road ahead seems winding, unpredictable, or unfamiliar. It's about surrendering your plans and your fears to me, believing that I have a greater plan in mind for you, one that is filled with hope and purpose. Jeremiah 29:11. Even when you feel uncertain, I want you to know that every step you take in faith is a step closer to the future I have prepared for you. You may not see it clearly yet, but I promise you, the path I am leading you on is good. There will be times when you feel tempted to turn back, to stop walking, because the uncertainty feels too overwhelming. There will be moments when you feel like giving up because you can't see the end goal, or because the way seems too difficult. But I am asking you to trust me, to keep moving forward, even when it's hard. I have not brought you this far to abandon you. I have a purpose for every step of the journey, even the ones that feel uncertain. Each step is leading you closer to the plans I have for you. Sometimes, the uncertainty is part of my plan to grow your faith. If you could see the full path, you wouldn't need faith. But I want you to learn to trust me, to lean not on your own understanding, but to acknowledge me in all your ways. Proverbs 3:5-6. The path of faith is not always straightforward, but it is always sure because I am leading you. You may not know what lies around the next corner, but I do, and I am already there, waiting for you. Trust that I am leading you toward a future filled with hope and purpose. The uncertainty you feel now is not a reflection of my plans for you. Just because the way is unclear doesn't mean I don't have a clear purpose for your life. The challenges you face, the twists in the road, the moments of doubt, they are all part of the journey I am leading you on. And I promise you the destination is worth it. Your future is in my hands, and it is secure. The plans I have for you are good, even when the path feels uncertain. So do not be afraid of the unknown. Do not fear what you cannot see. I am the light of the world, and I will illuminate your steps. Even when the way seems dark, even when the road ahead is uncertain, trust that I am leading you. My light will guide you, and my love will sustain you. You do not need to have all the answers. You only need to trust in me. I am with you, and I will never leave you. Keep walking forward, one step at a time. Trust that I am guiding you, even when you cannot see the full picture. Trust that I am working behind the scenes, preparing the way for you, even when the road feels unclear. I am leading you to a future filled with hope, joy, and purpose. And as long as you keep trusting in me, you will not be led astray. So, my beloved, take that next step in faith. You don't need to see the whole road. You only need to trust the one who is leading you. I will guide you, protect you, and provide for you every step of the way. You are safe in my hands, and I will never let you fall. In the moments of doubt, turn to me. I know that doubt can creep into your heart, especially when you are faced with uncertainty, trials, and challenges that seem overwhelming. Doubt is a natural human response, but I want you to know that in those moments, you do not have to face your struggles alone. When doubt clouds your mind and fear grips your heart, turn to me. Bring your doubts to me, for I am not afraid of them. I am the one who holds all answers, and I am here to comfort you, to strengthen you, and to guide you. When fear grips your heart, pray and listen for my voice. Fear has a way of taking hold of your mind, making you feel isolated and helpless. But I want you to know that fear does not come from me. I did not give you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. 2 Timothy chapter 1:7. When fear begins to take root in your heart, remember to pray. Call out to me in your fear, and know that I am already near, ready to calm the storm within you. Prayer is not just a cry for help. It is the opening of your heart to receive my peace, my comfort, and my guidance. Through prayer, you invite me into your struggle, and I will respond. I will speak peace to your fears and guide you through the confusion. Listen for my voice. I am always speaking to you, but sometimes the noise of the world, the worries of life, and the fears within you make it hard to hear me. When you are overwhelmed, take a moment to be still in my presence. In the quietness of your heart, you will hear my voice gently guiding you, reminding you of my love and my promises. I am your good shepherd, and my sheep hear my voice. John 10:27. Even in the midst of chaos, I am speaking to you, reassuring you, leading you, and reminding you that you are never alone. In your moments of doubt, if you quiet your soul and listen, you will find that I am right there, speaking words of comfort and truth to your heart. I have given you my Spirit as a comforter, and he will guide you into all truth. John 14:26. You are not walking this journey of faith alone. When I ascended into heaven, I did not leave you as orphans. I sent my Spirit to be with you, to dwell within you, and to guide you every step of the way. The Holy Spirit is your comforter, your advocate, and your counselor. He is the one who brings my presence into your life in a tangible way, even when you cannot see me physically. When doubt and fear arise, lean on the Holy Spirit, for he will lead you into truth. He will remind you of my words, the promises I have spoken over your life, and the truth that I have taught you. The Holy Spirit will help you to stand firm in your faith. He will strengthen you when you feel weak and unsure. He will bring clarity when confusion threatens to overwhelm you. He is your ever-present help, guiding you through the darkest valleys and bringing light to your path. When you feel lost or uncertain, call upon the Holy Spirit, for he is always with you, ready to guide you back to the truth. The Spirit knows your heart, and he intercedes for you when words fail. Romans 8:26. He is not just a passive presence. He is actively working within you, shaping you, and helping you to stand firm even when the world around you is shaking. The world may try to shake you, but if you are rooted in me, you will not fall. There will be times when the pressures of life seem unbearable, when the opinions of others, the challenges of circumstances, and the temptations of the world try to pull you away from your faith. The world may offer distractions and false promises, but if you are rooted in me, nothing can shake you. I am your firm foundation, the rock upon which you can build your life. When you remain connected to me, when you root yourself in my love, my teachings, and my presence, you are unmovable. The storms may come, the winds may blow, but if your life is built on me, you will stand firm. Build your life on the solid rock of my teachings. Just as a wise builder lays a strong foundation, so must you build your life on the foundation of my word. My teachings are not just words, they are life. They are the truth that will guide you, protect you, and lead you through every season of life. When you build your life on the rock of my truth, you are building on a foundation that will never crumble, no matter how fierce the storm. The world's values, trends, and philosophies will change, but my word will remain forever. Isaiah 40:8. Anchor your heart in my teachings, and you will find a strength that endures. You will be able to withstand any storm. Life will inevitably bring storms, difficulties, losses, uncertainties. But these storms do not have the power to destroy you. When you are rooted in me, when you are grounded in my truth and empowered by my Spirit, you will have the resilience to face any challenge. The winds may rage, but they cannot topple what is built on the rock. The floods may come, but they cannot sweep away a foundation that is firm. When your faith is rooted in me, you will find that you are stronger than the storms that come against you. Remember the parable I told about the wise and foolish builders. Matthew 7:24-27. The wise man built his house on the rock, and when the rains came, the house stood firm because its foundation was strong. But the foolish man built his house on the sand, and when the storm came, the house fell with a great crash. In the same way, I am calling you to build your life on the rock of my word, so that when the storms of life come, you will stand firm, unshaken by the forces that try to pull you down. If you are rooted in me, nothing can move you. The world may try to shake your faith, to cause you to question my love, my presence, or my promises. But remember this, I am your firm foundation. No matter how fierce the storms of doubt, fear, or uncertainty may be, you are secure in me. You are like a tree planted by streams of water, whose roots go deep. Psalm 1:3. Even when the winds blow, you will not be uprooted, because your foundation is in me. Remain in me, and you will stand strong. When doubts arise, when fear tries to take hold, turn to me. I am your refuge, your strength, and your guide. I have given you my Spirit as your comforter, and he will lead you into all truth. Let my teachings be the rock on which you build your life, and trust that no matter what storms come your way, I will be with you, and you will not fall. And when you feel weak, remember that my power is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians chapter 12:9. I know that there are times when you feel exhausted, when the weight of your burdens, the trials of life, and the challenges you face make you feel weak and incapable. It is in these moments when your strength falters that I want you to remember this truth. Your weakness is not a limitation for me. In fact, it is in your very weakness that my power is most fully revealed. When you reach the end of your own strength, that is when I begin to work most powerfully in your life. You do not have to rely on your own strength to face the future. I never intended for you to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, to bear your burdens alone, or to navigate the complexities of life by yourself. You were never meant to rely solely on your own abilities or your own strength. The pressures of life may make you feel like you have to be strong all the time, like you have to have everything under control. But I am here to remind you that it's okay to be weak. It's okay to acknowledge that you can't do it all on your own. That is precisely why I am with you, to be your strength when yours is not enough. Lean on me. When the challenges of life seem too overwhelming, when you are unsure of how to move forward, when the future feels daunting and your own strength fails you, lean on me. I am your refuge and your strength. Psalm 46:1. You don't have to bear the burden alone. I am here to help you carry it. When you lean on me, you will find that I can carry not only your burdens but you as well. I am the rock you can rest upon, the firm foundation that will not falter. Lean into my strength and let me carry you through the times when you feel weak, weary, and overwhelmed. In your weakness, I am strong. The world may tell you that weakness is something to be ashamed of, that you need to be strong and self-sufficient at all times. But I tell you this, your weakness is not a liability in my kingdom. It is an opportunity for my strength to shine through. When you are weak, you make room for my power to be revealed in your life. Your limitations are not limitations for me. In fact, it is often in the moments when you feel most inadequate, most powerless, that I do my greatest work. When you are weak, you are in the perfect position to experience my strength. In your brokenness, I am whole. I know there are times when you feel broken, when the circumstances of life, the wounds of the past, or the struggles you face leave you feeling shattered. But even in your brokenness, I am whole. Where you feel fractured, I bring healing. Where you feel incomplete, I am your completeness. Your brokenness is not the end of your story. In fact, I specialize in taking what is broken and making it whole again. I am the healer of broken hearts, the restorer of what has been lost, and the redeemer of every pain and sorrow. In your brokenness, trust that I am at work, mending the pieces of your heart, bringing restoration, and creating something beautiful out of the broken parts of your life. In your despair, I bring hope. There will be moments when you feel overwhelmed by despair, when the future seems bleak, and you wonder if things will ever get better. But I am here to tell you that even in your darkest moments, I bring hope. Despair may cloud your vision, but it cannot extinguish the light of my hope. My hope is not based on your circumstances, it is based on my promises, and my promises never fail. When you feel like giving up, when the weight of despair threatens to pull you under, hold on to me. I am your hope, and my hope is an anchor for your soul. Hebrews 6:19. No matter how dark things may seem, my hope is always present, always available, and always powerful enough to lift you out of the depths of despair. The future I have for you is not dependent on your ability to be perfect. It is based on my perfect love for you. I know that sometimes you may feel like you have to be perfect, like you need to have everything figured out, to be strong, capable, and flawless. But I want you to know that my love for you is not based on your performance. You do not have to be perfect to earn my love or to walk in the future I have prepared for you. My love for you is unconditional, and my plans for you are based on my perfect love, not your perfection. You don't have to have it all together to walk in the fullness of my plan for your life. I don't require perfection from you. I only ask for your trust. Trust that my love is enough to cover your imperfections. Trust that my grace is sufficient for every area of your life where you feel inadequate. Your future is not determined by your ability to get everything right. It is determined by my love for you, my grace at work in your life, and my perfect plans for you. Keep your faith in me, and I will be faithful to you. I am a faithful God. I have promised to never leave you nor forsake you, and I will keep that promise. Deuteronomy 31:6. Even when you are struggling, even when you are filled with doubts or fears, I remain faithful. When you feel weak and unworthy, I will still be there, guiding you, holding you, and reminding you of my love. Your faithfulness to me, no matter how small or fragile it may seem, will always be met with my unwavering faithfulness. In the moments when your faith feels weak, know that I will carry you. Even a mustard seed of faith is enough for me to work with. Matthew 17:20. I will take your faith, no matter how small it may feel, and use it to do great things in your life. Keep trusting in me, even when you feel uncertain or inadequate. I am faithful, and I will not let you fall. My plans for you are secure, and my love for you will never fail. So when you feel weak, remember this: my power is made perfect in your weakness. You don't have to face the future alone, and you don't have to rely on your own strength to navigate life's challenges. I am with you, and I am more than enough for every situation you face. In your weakness, lean on me, and you will find that I am strong. In your brokenness, trust that I am making you whole. In your moments of despair, hold on to the hope that I bring. And as you walk forward in faith, rest in the assurance that my love is enough, more than enough, for you. As I close this message to you, I want you to know that your future is secure in my hands. No matter what difficulties you face, no matter how uncertain things may seem, I am with you. Keep your faith in me, and I will guide you through every challenge, every storm, and every valley. I am the Good Shepherd, and I will not abandon you. Trust in my promises, for they are true. I have overcome the world, and because of that, you too will overcome. The trials you face today are only temporary, but the joy that I offer is eternal. Hold on to your faith, because I am preparing a future for you that is more beautiful than you can imagine. So, my beloved, do not lose heart. Keep your faith alive, even in the hardest times. I am with you, and together we will walk toward a brighter future. Trust in me, for I am the way, the truth, and the life. And remember, no matter how difficult it is now, a better future is coming, one filled with hope, love, and peace that only I can give.